There we go. Well, welcome everyone. We're so glad you're here, joining us here tonight. I am Buffy Donahoo. I'm a naturopathic doctor and I'm board certified in complementary and alternative health. And I'm very, very happy that you are joining us to learn about this revolutionary technology. And I'm joined here with my good friend, Dr. Ed Delos Reyes. And he is an anesthesiologist and trained as a pediatrician as well. And so we are coming at you to teach you about something called redox signaling molecules from a natural health standpoint, my wheelhouse, and from a medical standpoint, Dr. Ed's wheelhouse. And I'm going to go ahead and let Dr. Ed say hello. He's got a lot of folks that have joined us from the Philippines, and so he's going to welcome them, and then we will join on. We'll jump back on and join you all.
Good. It's pretty exciting Wednesday night again with Buffy here. And then good evening to all of you and to my friends in Manila and Luzon. Magandang umaga po sa inyong lahat. And also to my friends in the Visayas and Mindanao, maayong buntag sa inyong tanan. Thank you. Welcome and let's enjoy this. It's a Q&A for both me and Dr. Buffy. And we are going to be answering your questions, but before that, Buffy is going to give you a thorough overview of what redox signaling molecules is. Buffy, go ahead.
Thank you so much. All right, so I'm going to start. I'm going to start my screen share, and what we're going to do tonight is we're going to have about 30 minutes of just a nice overview of what this is that we're going to be introducing you to, and then we will stop the recording and we'll go into Q&A. And so we like to keep privacy for the Q&A. And so if you're watching this in the recording, we do this every Wednesday. So you can ask the person who has invited you here to come on back the next time, and then you can come on. They'll tell you the password and the login, and you can join us for the Q&A next time. So let me share my screen here. All right, let's see, here we go. Okay, so normally we have a third person with us. That's Debbie Wetzler, and she is away tonight. And we will also often switch off. So we always are changing this. And so there's a great variety when you come back. So definitely come back and bring friends. And if this is your first time, welcome. We're so glad you're here to learn about this. And if you're back and you want to learn more or you've brought friends with you, we're so grateful that you've come and that you're introducing others to us. Just continue to bring people back each week. So let's see. All right, so we're introducing you to something called ASEA. And ASEA is the world's first and only cell signaling supplement. And it is backed by 7 patents and over 8,000 trade secrets. And we're going to show you where to look at some of that information as well. And what we want to start off with is to let you know what ASEA is not. It's not a vitamin or a mineral supplement. It's not an antioxidant or an exotic juice, an essential oil, or a CBD oil. There's nothing wrong with any of those things. They're great in and of themselves, but they do not wake up your body to heal and repair itself. ASEA Redox goes way beyond nutrition. And I can tell you from a natural health standpoint, if your body is not ready to digest, break down, assimilate, and utilize all of those good things, none of that is going to be put to good use into repairing a new healthy you. You're just going to have expensive toilet flushes. So ASEA really goes way beyond that. And it's not about ingredients at all, yet this impacts your health at a depth that no other supplement has ever reached. It can help your body to absorb the nutrition that you're eating or that you're taking in as supplementation even better. And it does, it wakes up your body to heal itself and do self repair. And essentially, it's a bio replenishment, and it restores something that we used to make in abundance, but gradually we produce less and less as we age and less efficiently as we age. And so I'm going to give you just a very, very little bit of science. And I'll tell you, if you want to know a lot about the science, this is a college textbook. And so, if you really wanted to learn, it would take you probably 16 weeks to learn about what all of this is. But I'm going to show you in just a couple of slides here, so that we can keep you all and you're not jumping off. You're not jumping off my meeting. So basically, we are made up of trillions and trillions of cells, and so when our cells are healthy, we have healthy tissues, healthy organs, healthy systems. We have a healthy body. And so inside each one of our trillions of cells, we have something called mitochondria. Well, you may not know what mitochondria is, but you probably know what a power plant is or what a battery is. So think about every cell, you have mitochondria, that's the power plant. That power plant takes the food and the nutrients that you eat and it breaks it down into energy. And that energy is then what we use to fuel our body. And so that is, if you know what the Krebs cycle is, that's what I'm describing. So it throws off something called reductants and oxidants. And the contraction of those two words, red and OX, makes redox. And so that's where we get redox molecules. And so if you were to ask a doctor of say in the 1900s, right, quite a while ago, what redox molecules are, they would say that they are a byproduct and they are not necessary, but they didn't really know what that was. Well, now, new research, we know very, very specifically that redox molecules are foundational to health. And when we stop producing them, we can't survive the next second, and they are native to the body. And so they regulate every system in the body. And so if you, let's just say, we'll focus on just the immune system here for just a second. You probably know some people who their immune system is way overactive, or some people who their immune system is way underactive. So look at the images just here at the bottom of the screen, right? Think of that scale. We want our systems, every system, immune system, endocrine system, the cardiovascular system, every system in the body, we want it to be balanced. And that's when we are in homeostasis, and that's when we have a healthy functioning body. And redox molecules help that to happen. And they act as cellular messengers. So think about an internal internet system in your body, and think about if your body has like a bunch of apps, like a cell phone, and if our communication system isn't working inside the body, those apps aren't going to be working very well either. And let's imagine, Dr. Ed and I are on a cell phone, and I have 1 bar of service, and Dr. Ed has 5. He's not going to hear me and I'm not going to hear him very well. We're going to have a breakdown in that communication. So these messengers act cell to cell in our bodies to communicate properly and to tell the next cell, you need to repair yourself. It's detection, repair, and protection. And that's in a nutshell really what this is. And you may wonder, well, why haven't I heard about it? Well, because this is direct education, direct marketing, where we teach people about it, and it's not out there in the major. There's no advertising on this, and so people that care enough will share this information. But you can go out and you can find tremendous amounts of information, and I would recommend that you go to the National Library of Health, which is pubmed.gov. You can take a screenshot of both of these. Or you can go to scholar.google. Don't go to regular Google. Think about Google as the old bathroom wall, where if you had a marker, you could write on it whatever you wanted to. People can put whatever they want to out on the internet these days. Scholar.google is different. This is where it is peer reviewed. It has to be vetted. So all the information in here is accurate and up to date. And so take a screenshot of these if you wanted to do some research. And basically what you're doing is you're going to type in redox signaling, and then you can put in any name you're looking for, say hypertension, or any medical term that you want to look for, and we'll send you back there. So what does this do? So a couple of slides ago, you saw that this was a bottle, right? So redox molecules is a beverage. It's a stabilized redox signaling molecules in a saline suspension, and we drink this twice a day. So we're replenishing, we're putting this back into our bodies to do this and to wake up the system to heal itself. Well, what they found was that people were starting to spray it on their skin. Here we go. I'm looking for a spray bottle here. They were finding that people were spraying it all over their skin, and they were finding reduction in discomfort, and issues on their skin topically were going away. They were spraying it everywhere, in every orifice, every nook and cranny, including all of our down under areas. And remarkably, they found that just tremendous improvement happened. And so what they did was they searched to see how can they make it into a gel form so it can be in a topical form. So they found a benign clay that they were able to add into it, and that made it into a gel. And so that is marketed for skin, for topical zones. And it increases our skin cell turnover by 16%. Skin elasticity and smoothness increased by 20%. 16% in reduction in cellulite. Wow, that's amazing. And it increases blood flow to the areas that you apply it to by over 49%. And that is really remarkable as well. And the reason they call it Renew 28 is because it turns over our skin cells in a matter of 28 days, as opposed to, say, roughly maybe up to 100 days. And that's, if you think, I mean, that's a huge difference in days, which is why we're looking older. We have more roughness, more just lack of tone in our skin. And so you can see examples right here. On the bottom left, you can see the young man, teenage years. A lot of us struggled with bumps, right? Redness, bumps, irritation. So he applied Renew 28 to his skin, and you can see the incredible difference because the body saw, oh, these don't belong. Let me work on this. And it brought the skin back into balance. Moving over, you can see there's a heel crack, and that heel crack, the skin, the fissure was really, it's smoothed out, and you can see within 1 week's time, you can't even see the heel crack. Sure, there's still some dryness there, but it does take a while, for the rest of it to come to balance as well. And then you can see, the smoothness in the neck where she was rubbing Renew 28 on it. And it's really remarkable how the skin just gets really tight. But my favorite one on this page is Dr. Marty Morin. He's a researcher. And so he says, well, the skin on both sides of my face is the same age. Let me research. And so he started applying Renew 28 only onto one side of his face. And you can see there's smoothness, there's plumpness, it evened out. And I know you probably all know people who are getting injections for plumpness, or they're doing a lot of they're going under the knife and they're getting a lot of things smoothed out and tightened. Well, if you can do that in a non-toxic form, with this gel, and then you don't have all the other side effects, it's pretty remarkable. You can see here as well. So it doesn't matter what your skin tone is, what shade, what age, what issue you have going on. The top left, we have some dark spots. And so she applied them, and those dark spots just beautifully faded away. The lady on the bottom left, we have people all over the world walking the red carpet using our products with great joy, and they're so happy to be able to say, this is what's helping me keep my skin youthful and young and reverse aging. And then the lady on the top right, she had an immune dysregulation issue, and so that was coming out on her skin. There was a lot of discomfort. She had a lot of itchiness, a lot of flaking, and a lot of soreness on that. And so in a matter of 2 months of applying the gel topically, her skin was repairing itself in remarkable ways. The man at the bottom left, he had an abnormal skin cell growth on his eyelid. That happens to some people as they age. So he started to put Renew 28 on that. And once again, those cells got the message, you don't belong, you need to go. And so it just ejected itself basically from the body. The immune system was like, get out of here. This is my favorite slide here. This is Rosie. And you can see on the left that Rosie was 84, and age progression, you would expect to see her much, much older as we go from left to right. And it truly looks like it. She is her own daughter, but she's not. So she started drinking redox molecules in ASEA, and she started applying Renew 28, and she was aging backwards, reverse aging. And as remarkable as this is, I mean, look at just the beauty sparkles coming out of her eyes and the joy, and just she just really perked up, and you can see that her whole outlook was just really, really remarkably changed. But I want you to look at it from my standpoint, from a natural health standpoint. If we were looking at her liver cells, her kidney cells, her heart, her vessels, looking inside the body, because the skin is an outward representation of what's going on internally. So this shows me internally she was having incredible turnover and improvement from her cells on the inside as well. So here, the next level of topical gel that we have is our newest product, and it's just the most remarkable one. It is Redox Gold, and it contains 24 karat elemental gold. Now, if you are aware, rheumatologists use elemental gold, and they are injecting it into joints and areas of the body that need some reduction in their discomfort or inflammation markers as well. So you can see in thermographic imaging, and if you don't know what thermography is, just think of if there's a hunter and they're using night vision goggles outside to see that animal go across the forest. So we're seeing heat signatures here. So these are images 20 minutes prior to applying this Redox Gold gel. You can see the red, the pink, the purples, and that's heat, a heat signature. So 20 minutes later, after applying the gel topically and rubbing it in well, because we want to rub this gel in until it's dry, you can see that those heat values and numbers cooled way down. You can see the blues and the greens and the light purples and the grays there. That's cooling. That is inflammation being reduced. And 100% of the participants that they were studying with this had a reduction in their inflammation. So what that says is, yes, they could see that in thermographic imaging. Now, it doesn't necessarily mean that discomfort went away with it, but when you reduce the discomfort, the body can go start healing at a much more rapid rate. And so what we do with this is we ask our the person who wants to try it to rate their discomfort on a scale of 1 to 10. Where does it hurt? Can you put a finger on it? So when they tell us, oh yeah, my hand or my stomach or over the kidney region, it just hurts. Well, let's try it. Let's rub it on. So we have them rub it on, and then you wait. For some people, remarkably, it's like instantaneous. My husband was that way when he first started it. He had an issue with one of his toes, and he gets an issue that has to do with acid and crystal buildup. And within 5 minutes, he couldn't even tell that his toe was hurting anymore. Now, for those of you out there that know what that issue is that has to do with uric acid, that usually has someone taking a few days off work. And this helped him in a matter of minutes. It was astonishing. So you just put it on wherever it hurts and keep applying. And then when it doesn't hurt anymore, then you can stop applying it and use it as a rescue. So this is more validation. What I want to show you is these are some of our Olympic and elite athletes that are using our products, using ASEA in the Olympics. It is WADA certified. That means that is the World Anti-Doping Agency. It is certified and legal for them to be using it during the Olympics. Now, if Olympic doctors are telling their athletes, yes, you can use this, yes, do this because it's great, and oh yes, let's wear the jersey because it's fantastic. We want to let people know this is a really great thing. Then you too can have confidence that whether you are the highest of your level of athlete in your city, or you are just starting, or you are anywhere in between, and maybe you are a young athlete still in school, this can help you. For our athletes, they want to break their own records. They want to be doing just the most incredible things with their own skills. And we have people breaking their own records, including Dexter Yates. I believe she started working out again when she was 70, if I've got that figure right, because she started to feel so good, and now she is the Ironman world champion. We are validated by third-party independent science, and these are the most wonderful credentials that you could have, and we can send anybody more information on any of these if you are interested, if these reach out to you. So, in an 8-week double-blind controlled study, Tare Labs did a study on this, and Tare Labs did genetic testing for Ancestry.com. If you're not familiar with Tare Labs, but I'm sure you've heard of Ancestry.com. So they found that ASEA redox regulates in the hormone modulation, immune system, inflammatory response, cardiovascular health, and healthy digestion. And really, every health challenge that you can think of or that's out there falls into this wheel, into one of these health challenges, or one of these pathways. And so your body is just trying to regulate, and it's benefited with redox. And just one of these pathways can significantly impact our health. So look at this: serotonin, insulin, infertility, circadian rhythm. Let's see, the NRF2 pathway. These are all studies that you can look at as well. So these are universities that have been getting grants, or that are actively studying, or have in the past. And societies are renaming themselves the Society for Redox Biology. And this normally happens, this study or this conference takes place. Previously, it's been in Paris every year. Last year, it was in Maryland. And you can take a screenshot of this if you want. But as I was saying, universities and medical centers are studying this all over the world, and contacting ASEA and wanting to partner with and study with us. So James Watson, so of Watson and Crick, they discovered the double helix DNA. James Watson said that many major diseases are caused by a lack of redox signaling molecules, and if we had enough, there may not even be disease. So that is a pretty profound statement right there. And so we are at the end of my educational portion, but what I want to let you know is your friend cared enough about you to introduce you to what this is tonight, so that you can consider bringing this on board for your health challenge. As a naturopathic doctor in my wellness practice, everybody that comes into my practice will learn about this, because I want them to know your body is designed to heal. Let's put this in, wake it up, kind of flick down that first domino and see all the dominoes that fall, and then in 3 to 4 months, we'll see what's left standing, and then we might feel we want to go do something else. Otherwise, you may say, my body's doing so many great things, I'm just going to stick with this. Because we take the human element out of the equation, your body just does what it needs to do. And why are people bringing others to this? Well, because we care enough to share, and then if our friends decide that they want to try some of this, we will help them to set up an account with the company where there's a discount, it's a money back guarantee, where there is great help, great support out there, which is exactly why you are here. And so there is a benefit, and people will then, basically it's a business arm to this company. And so you will get a thank you check from the company. And so for some people, that's all they want. And then for other people, it is just an incredible way of giving them the most incredible opportunities to build something else in, whether that is just to get their own product paid for, to have a small benefit, or the sky's the limit on really what you can do, as how many people that you care about that you want to share and bring this to. So these are two of our presentation days that we have. You can come back again, bring someone back a week in the week, next week for Wednesday again, or every Tuesday night. Our colleague Dr. Hoffman and Lynn Matthews, they do another one on a Tuesday night, and that's a phenomenal presentation as well. So I am going to stop the recording here. We are going to go back into Q&A, but please bring, for those of you who are watching this and recording, please bring your friends back next week, and you can join us too with the Q&A. So with that, for those of you who are staying, hang on, I'm going to stop this recording, and we'll see you all next week.
Hi, Buffy. A great presentation.